So what was your reaction when we first found out that we'd got the building and came down and walked through it?
Well, I think it's a mix of emotions, right? It's exciting to think of getting the building. And then, we knew that the place wasn't going to be awesome, like in awesome condition. But kind of when we rolled up is when it hit me that this was going to be a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah, and for me, I think it had been so long. We had started the process in November of 2019, and we didn't get the keys to the building until March 4th. And actually, there's a big mix-up with the keys. We had called a local locksmith, and they had keys on file. So we thought, oh, that's great, because we didn't get keys with the sale of the place. So I was really excited to get in because we hadn't seen the space, and we'd spent money buying this space and
Never had seen it.
Yeah. So for months, all that we had done is basically look through these front windows, and it could only see as far as we could see. So I rushed down here with the keys, go to put the key in the door, and it didn't fit. So then we actually had to get them to come, and they had to rekey the place, and in the interim, we actually broke into the building. So on March 4th, when we
had no part of that. Just
on March 4th, when we actually when we had bought the place, we had to come and take panels off of doors to get in. And then thankfully, Jim's locksmithing came down and they changed the lock sets for us. So we had proper access. But for me, the first time we walked through, I had never been in this building before.
We want this to be a welcoming area where people can come and enjoy hanging out together and have a sense of community, and a place where our kids and others can learn to use skills that they are already developing to bake and create things. And so that was kind of an exciting first entrance to start to really get the wheels turning on what are we going to do with this place now that we've seen what's here and what's available. So that kind of helped us get some vision going for the place. Not that we didn't already have ideas, but yeah, it definitely turned us in a certain direction.
Yeah, and I think another thing that was really cool for me about this space is even in November, we just felt we had a sense that we needed to pursue the purchase of the building. And at that time, we didn't even really know exactly why. But then in the months following, and as we were waiting to buy the property, and that process just took 3 months, it gave us time to really dream and have vision about the place. But without seeing it, when we first got in here, we weren't sure that the vision that we had kind of cultivated for a few months would actually fit the space. But when we first walked through, right away, part of our vision and purpose for the place is to have a community place where there can be some creative art space. And whether it's there'll be a schedule probably, and on this day, on this time, there'll be a dance class, and it may be pay if you can type of thing, or even visual arts. We're hoping to be able to have these spaces set up. And music on the stage. And so the idea that there's just people that have got talents and gifts that maybe they don't have an opportunity to use, or the ability, a space, or maybe they just want to try. Like, I've really never done baking myself, but if this becomes a bakery cafe, we have some friends that are incredible artists in their baking skills, and they could run a weekend seminar, a weekend workshop, and people could just kind of join in. And so it is super exciting. And
you're considering taking up the baking arts?
Well, I'll test the baking any day of the week.
Try it out.
And if I might try it once. If I'm good, then.
If I'm good.
If I'm good. But I'll definitely eat it every day of the week.
Yes. Well, that could become a problem.
Yeah. And again, for our kids, so they're hanging out right over there, and they've been a big help. But we see them as they've got talents and gifts, and we want to give them an opportunity. And there's other friends that they have that have talents and gifts. We want to give them a place where they can be safe to test and try and fail or succeed. And at the same time, it's not just for kids or teens. I mean, I can see adults like 80-year-olds coming in here and trying out tap dancing or whatever, you know, like.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, like, my grandmother's 87, and some of her recipes they're magical. Like, she really has
They're
got
amazing
recipes. And maybe it's an opportunity for her to come in here and pass that on to the next generation. So
yeah, it is a wonderful dream that we have, to see the generations interacting, and you know, to have the grandmas teaching their granddaughters to bake, and you know, and those who have skills and abilities to be able to pass those things on to those who are younger or less experienced, and just to be able to try things is an amazing gift, to be able to try things. And sometimes you just don't find that unless you're going to pay a lot of money to get trained to do something. You don't get to try things and figure out if that might be something you feel pulled toward, or that, you know, maybe it's been inside you all these years. I remember when I was in high school, I never took visual arts because I always thought I'd be terrible at it. I just thought I would. And it wasn't until probably about 8 years ago that I thought, I just had this desire to try painting. And I tried it and I was like, I'm actually like okay at this. I could do this. But it took me that many years of my life to just try it, because I never knew if I'd be any good at it. And I think this place is going to be somewhere that people have an opportunity to try. And
Yeah.
I think that's exciting.
That
And,
is exciting.
we love the downtown as well. We love the idea of people being able to come together and congregate in the core of our city to make it a place that feels good for people to be.
Yeah, and I think it's a huge key too that it's downtown. For a couple of years, we've been talking about buying a space and renovating a space, and you either flip it or hold it or whatever. And I don't think 2 years ago we would have ever thought about buying a building downtown. But when we saw this building in November, we were just believed that this is what we needed to pursue. And now that we're down here, I mean, already we've been down here for a couple days, and we've already run into neighboring businesses, and they're, you know, talking to us, and it's been encouraging, and they're happy to see this place being renovated and restored, and we're happy to be partnering with what's already been going on downtown North Bay. And the people at City Hall have been incredible, and again, even consultants and engineers, and everybody's just very excited about the potential to be working in North Bay, downtown North Bay, and helping to partner with the businesses that are already down here, trying to better our city. So that's a really exciting for me.
Yeah, it's very neat to see people in this city come together and really be excited about the idea of community. And I think that's really what's in our heart. So it's pretty neat.
So what do you think about this space, like the history of this space, right back to the Bay Theatre? And it'd be interesting to know what it was even before that. I don't know if it was built for the Bay Theatre. I'm sure it was something before that. But definitely for the last 70 years, because we know Bay Theatre was operating in here in 1950. So the last 70 years, really, this place has had creative arts of one form or another as part of its history. So
It's pretty neat.
how do you see that fitting into what we're doing?
Well, and it's amazing and very interesting when you look at it to see that, you know, the thing that was in our heart to do with this space is really something that was already going on. And why? You know, why is that the same spaces often are used for the same sorts of things? Not only because of the, you know, the structure of the building, but yeah, there's something to that that's just very interesting.
Yeah, it's like it's been the building's DNA really for the last 70 years, and it's really cool to be able to participate in extending that on and using it to hopefully build up the community and the downtown, and looking forward to some really creative spaces in here.
Yeah, and there's so much legacy of the arts in North Bay that it's neat to be a part of that.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks for tuning in and joining us today. We hope you enjoyed what you saw.
And as we continue to renovate the building and make it a more community space, make sure you keep coming back to see all the exciting things that are going on with the building, and help us out by
hitting the bell button so that you can see us blow a hole through the wall if you want to do that.
You'll get notifications that way.
And like and subscribe.
That's right, like and subscribe our channel.